You know you need a budget. Okay, it's as simple as that. You need to keep track of how you spend your money, okay? I think one of the best things to do is do a money diet. One of the great things, if you ever want to lose weight, one of the great ways to do it is just write down everything that you eat, okay? Once you do that, you will realize where you're making your mistakes and what's going wrong. Do the same thing you do. And I mean literally, every time you spend money, write it down. Every time you go into Starbucks, write it down. It may only be a couple bucks, but write it down and stuff like that. One of the things I used to do to get in a lot of trouble, I used to go into bookstores all the time. I still do, but I'm in a recovery program now. I don't go as overboard as I used to, but I used to go in there, and it would be very easy for me to walk out with 4 or 5 magazines, and all of a sudden it's 15, 20 bucks. You do that 2 or 3 times a week, you got a lot of money flowing out of the account. So once you start writing things like that down, it works out pretty well. I don't need to tell you not to get into credit card trouble, not to go into debt, not to be abusive. By the way, this will be fun. Some of you may have heard me talk about this recently. And this will be an audience participation moment, okay? The common belief out there is that we as Americans are pretty much all one paycheck away from bankruptcy, that we are one mortgage payment away from losing our homes, and that we grossly abuse credit, okay? Report just came out last week from Standard & Poor's, and they have this index of 8 different types of consumer loans, including mortgage loans, home equity loans, credit card loans, car loans, student loans, 8 different types of loans that are involved there. And they calculate on that what, as an index, the delinquency rate, delinquency being 30 days or more past due on making your payments. Just shout it out at me, folks. What do you think the delinquency rate is? Somebody said 4%, I think. 12%? 2%? 2 is pretty close. It's 1.5%. 1.5%, okay? So that means 100 minus 1.5. About 98.5% of all people out there pay their loans on time. So, we're doing a great job. And through this whole great recession that we've gone through, it's been interesting to watch recovery. I am an unbelievably optimistic person, which is very rare in the media. Okay? Most people in the media are very, very negative. They will prey on negative stories and ignore good news stories. Okay? But it's been interesting to watch this thing, and this recession isn't my first rodeo. I've been through some pretty bad recessions, okay? This one's bad, no doubt about it, and it's been longer than it should have been. We won't get into that, but one of the things that's happening right now is Americans are doing an amazing thing. Everybody in this room, as a group, we're doing some amazing things. Number one, we're paying down our debt. That's a very important thing to do, and it's what a lot of people do during recessions. Number two, we're saving more money. And that's always an important thing to do. But number 3 is the wild card in here. Number 3 is the wild card. Consumer spending is especially strong right now. How do you do all 3 of those at one time? Pay down debt, save more money, but increase spending. It's a pretty good sign, I think, for the viability and strength of the economy. I had the car dealership I was sitting in today for 4 or 5 hours is in Carlsbad. And it's right by the Forum stores. You know where the Forum stores are up there? It's a beautiful, nice little center. So I said, I'm gonna walk on over there and just hang out, have lunch, and do some stuff over there. So I'm walking over. This is a Wednesday at about 1 o'clock. It was crowded. It was beyond crowded. There were no parking places at all to be seen. 1 o'clock on a Wednesday, okay? Just crazy crowded. That's one of my great economic indicators. I call it the parking lot indicator, okay? Because I drive a lot, and I drive by a lot of shopping centers. And I can always tell when the economy's not doing well. You go by a major shopping center on a Saturday and Sunday and the parking lot's half full, the economy's not doing well. You drive by and the parking lot's jammed, we're doing okay. And that's where we are right now. So the economy is doing well. The job market is getting a lot better, a lot better. I know some of you would not agree with me on that, but there's a lot of information that supports all of that. So we're going the right direction.